Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, where today we have the Marvel Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest, 60th, and I think this is the 60th anniversary. I keep getting that wrong, I don't know. The Hawkeye with Sky Cycle. And I picked this guy up on eBay for 30 bucks. So, 20 bucks off this is pretty freaking cool. And, I'm sure there's other people that are going to say, oh, I got that for 5 bucks. But, or something like that. But I got the whole figure for, like, everything with it. So, first we're going to take a look at the Sky Cycle. So, for the Sky Cycle, it comes in 3 pieces. And you assemble, well, kind of 4, but we'll get to that. And you assemble it like this. So, you're going to want to do this. I took it apart just for the video so I could reassemble it. You slide that underneath there, so there's like a little lip, and you slide this underneath, and you just click that on perfectly well. And then this, you do this, you go, nope, you go that's the wrong way. You just slide that right into the clear part right there, and then there you go, you got your Sky Cycle. And you have the stand that it comes with, where you just, has a little ball joint in there, you pop that on. This one's harder to pop on, the taller one, but you can do it. I believe in you. I hope. Holy shit. Okay, it finally went in. This one doesn't pop in, like, as well. This one doesn't pop, but I just popped pulling it out. But these other two, they go in perfectly well. So I actually do really like these stands, and I wish, like, the jack-o'-lantern figure came with one of these, because that's the way it's meant to be. But yeah, you got that, and it flies, to make it look like it's flying. You've got, it's all plastic. I don't think any of it's really painted, but it all looks nice. Got the glass, it has like a design on it. I can't really tell what that's meant to be. Maybe it's literally just panel lining, And then you got the seat, which looks pretty cool. I'm sorry. You got the, like, booster things. Got the screws holding it together. You got this part, and this can actually sit 2 people on it. So we'll try to get a look at that in a second. So that's how that comes. It comes apart in the package. You gotta put it together, and then Hawkeye comes like this. So you got Hawkeye, and I think he came with a fist and a grip on him, but I just have the grips on him right now, because that's what you're gonna do with Hawkeye. So Hawkeye looks freaking amazing. I've been wanting a perfect classic Hawkeye for I don't know how long. Sorry, that's my cat in the background being crazy. I've wanted a good classic Hawkeye for I don't know how freaking long. And this guy is just perfect in my opinion. I love him. You got the cloth good so he can actually sit down. I hope they start doing more and more soft good stuff. This is great. The jacket that came with Beast was great, even though I messed that thing completely up trying to do a custom with it. I was like, oh, I don't need Beast in one of those. I'll just pick up another lab coat with a bendy wire, which I still need to do. But off of that, anyway. So he looks great. You see his eyes behind the mask, and they look incredibly nice. Like, I'm not a Marvel Legends shill. Like, I'm not a Hasbro shill, but when they do good, they do good. And I'm going to defend them if they're doing a good job. And people are just relentlessly hating on them for stupid shit. But they let, like, Mayfex and get away with shit just like that. And it's worse than Mayfex or SH Figure Arts or something like that. It's worse than that because that's a more expensive figure. Yeah, this was 50 bucks, but it came with this. And I got it for a lot cheaper. It sure doesn't come with a bunch of accessories, but it's a good figure. A good figure is a good figure. I'm sorry. So for accessories, he comes with his bow, and that is something I will shit on Hasbro for. I think these bows suck. If you're gonna do this, do what you did with the Hawkeye and Old Man Logan pack. Do it to where you have one option for where it's like this, and then one where it's pulled back with the arrow already in it. Because doing that it looks stupid. So that is something I will say is really fucking dumb. And then you get an arrow to go with it. You get a quiver. This is the same shit from the Yondu. I don't know which one reused which. These are probably old-ass molds. And I wish, like, how they did... I didn't mention this when I did Yondu, but I wish that they actually... Just like how... So, for example, I'm going to pull out the JoJo Classified series, Storm Shadow, and with him, they have it to where you could actually fit the arrow inside. And I just think that would have been really cool to do that. I also wish he came with extra arrow options like how Toy Biz did back in the day. Because I want a bunch of different arrow options. I want the, like, even though this is more of a Green Arrow thing, but I want the boxing glove arrows. I want the one with Ant-Man on the tip. I want all that type of shit. I want the cool stuff. So Hasbro, I think you should do that. Start doing that in the future. And I also wish there was a way to put the bow as a storage on here as well, just like how they do with the Classified series. That's something that each team, that the team that does Marvel Legends should learn from the team that does G.I. Joe. You should be able to store at least all of the, like, these type of accessories, you know, on someone. Like, I get it, they're not going to be able to hold both their pairs of hands, but you know what I mean. But he also comes with fists, you know. Hawkeye does some punchies. And yeah, that's it. You can use, like, I mean, obviously you can use other arrows from other lines and stuff, and other bows, which is what I'm going to do. And you can even use the arrow from Yondu and, you know, give him a bunch of stuff. I have some extra Green arrows from a DCI concept that I bought like a while ago. And I'll probably just use some of those. But I also plan to pick up the Toy Biz one to use all his cool accessories. His bow has that actual cloth string and everything. So, stop, Luna. My cat's going crazy, I'm sorry. So this actually plugs in the back, and you're always going to have that on there. You're going to want to do it underneath, though, or over top. So I wish this is the same. I wish, so for these, they have the actual strap where you can peg it into the strap so that it doesn't move around when you're posing it, and it always looks cool. Like, the Classified series is so much better than the Marvel Legends right now, so I do really need to start really collecting those, and I need to get some troop builders is really what I need the most right now. Okay, so for these, they did come off, like in the package, they were really down low, so I just pushed them up to here. Yeah, it's a little shitty because it makes it to where he can't, you know, he can't put his arms down low enough, but the alternative option is it just does that the whole time. So I'll probably have to glue it to his forearm. You can get it to where it's gripped just enough right there, but you know it'll fall down eventually, so that's dumb. But yeah, so the figure basically doesn't have any paint. It's got cloth, which I really like. There's a little bit of paint right there, and then there's a paint on the eyes and the lips, and I think that's about it for paint. Everything else is just molded plastic, and I don't have a problem with that because it looks good. It looks good and classic. So for articulation, he can look up that far, which is pretty good. You don't need a Hawkeye to be looking up so far. I mean, he's not flying or anything. Down, you can look down that much. You got, kind of head tilt. You can lift the arm up to there, which is great. You actually have butterfly joint inside there, because this is like an overlay. So it can go back that far, go forward that far. You know, not bad. You got the bicep swivel. You got the double jointed pinless elbows, the hinge at the hand. You got the waist that can actually swivel a lot. It's a little gappy right there, as you can tell, but I don't mind it because the cloth good is cool. You can go forward that far, and then you can lean it back that far with the quiver on. You can't lean it back any farther with the quiver off, so that's cool. So he gets max range of articulation with the quiver on, so that's awesome. Next, the leg can kick out to there, which is, I wish it could kick out more. I wish it could kick out more like Yondu's leg, because he does do hand-to-hand combat. And yeah, so I'm being a little bit more picky with this figure, but I'm also praising it because if you don't know, Hawkeye was my favorite Avenger growing up. Okay, sorry, my recording buzz. Hawkeye was my favorite Avenger growing up. He was my favorite Avenger in the actual Avengers, the 2012 one. I believe it was in 2012 when that one released. The original one, not Age of Ultron. But, you know, Hawkeye was my favorite for a little bit. He's not anymore. It's Iron Man is my favorite MCU Avenger. But yeah, so he was my favorite. So I'm gonna be a little bit biased, but also I'm a little bit harder on this one because Hawkeye, I love Hawkeye, and he has one of my favorite costume designs. So he can kick forward that far, kick back that far, which isn't bad actually for a Marvel Legends. You got the thigh, you got the pinless double jointed knees, if it will. It doesn't want to bend up at the top, and that is a problem with Marvel Legends. Some of them get stuck because they just get stuck. And you really want to be careful because you don't want to break your Marvel Legend. Because some of these skyrocket in price sometimes. And that sucks. Okay, so yeah. He like I showed, he has a double jointed knee. He can kick his own booty hole. And then you have the boot cut. And then you have hinge. And then, yeah. So he has a very good articulation setup. And so he actually does fit on the bike pretty well. I haven't really posed him with the bike. Originally, I was just going to buy this guy loose. But I decided just to buy him with the bike because all the loose prices were about the same price as this guy that was selling this for 30 bucks. The loose prices for Hawkeye were about that anyway, so I figured I might as well just get the whole fucking thing, you know. I'll pose him. I'll pose somebody on this guy bike. Probably not Hawkeye, but I'll pose somebody on it. Okay, so it's gonna be a little awkward, but you can get him on here. You know, it might take a second, you know, but I like action figures, so I'm cool with taking a second to get a perfect pose. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to do this on camera so everyone can see the process. You can kind of get him sitting there, and it's a lot easier with this being here, cloth being here, because yeah. So he looks pretty good. I'm gonna get Mockingbird to go with him and put him on here. I'm gonna get that box set because West Coast Avengers was my favorite team growing up. I loved the West Coast Avengers more than the regular Avengers. So yeah, I always liked it, and I liked when Moon Knight showed up and stuff like that. So yeah, he looks pretty good on here, and I will show off that another figure can fit on here. What figure shall I use? I will use a female figure just to show off. You know, you can fit Rogue on there if you wanted to put Rogue. We can get her like a good pose at the back, get her ready. Maybe she's passed out from an explosion from Bastion or somebody, whatever, you know. And then you just got her, or she's just sitting there, just wants to not fly right now. And I'll lift the camera up. So yeah, it does fit two people. You can fit it the other way too. I'll show that off as well. So this way. This is a little crude representation of it. Like, I'm not being as precise as I'd like to be. But yeah, the Sidebike and Hawkeye look really cool together. And this is how far it is off the ground compared to Hawkeye. So it is pretty high up, you know, if you use the highest point, obviously. And yeah, this is really freaking cool. I also do have Black Widow coming. I wanted to kind of do them together, but I'll still do a comparison with her when I get it. So first, we're gonna get into size comparisons now. I mean, I don't need to do a size comparison for the Sky Bike. I hope everyone doesn't care about that. So we're just gonna do Avengers, and we'll maybe do an X-Men or two. So we got the. I think this was either by himself or the Atuma Build-A-Figure wave. I don't know. But there's Black Panther. And then we have the Retro Collection, Ant-Man, which I do need to pick up the other version, but this version suffices for me for now. Yeah, he's skinny, but I'll just use him as Scott Lang, I guess. Even though I can see Hank Pym being a skinny guy. Next we got... So I don't have the new Black Widow yet. She is coming. But for now, the only Black Widow I have is this Black Widow. Hold on, the Grey Widow. And this is my favorite look for Black Widow, so that I had to buy this back in the day. Not back in the day, but a couple years, like a year or two ago. So yeah, she's not the best figure ever, but she's pretty cool. And I actually can't wait to take this head off and put it on the other body. But that's what she looks like next to him. She's a little tall, but I actually like Black Widow being tall. That makes me happy. Next, we're going to go Hulk. They have Hulk, and they both have purple, so I might actually do some team-ups with these guys. You know, put him on the Hulk's shoulders and stuff. Next, we have the... shit. We have Captain America, which this was the 20th anniversary cap, I believe. Let me get him. And he doesn't like to stand sometimes, or he does stand, but I just like to put him on here because I like to put him in a walking pose, and I don't want to have to balance him. And then next we have the Iron Man from that exact same, like, wave. And yeah, they all look pretty cool together. I don't have Thor or, I'm so sorry, Wasp. I'm like drawn for words, lost for words right now. I don't want Wasp right now. I do want to get that Giant Man Wasp 2-pack, but I don't know if that's gonna happen at this point. But yeah. So next we'll get into a little bit of X-Men. We got Nightcrawler. Here, let's do this. Let's move these guys so that hole in my desk is just so annoying. We have the Amazing Fantasy 15 Spidey, and I've been using this guy a lot. These two will definitely be doing some crazy shit together. Maybe he'll be hanging off the bottom of the Sky Cycle. And then next we got Beast. Put a little Beast up in here. And then we'll do Bishop. You know, Bishop's pretty cool. He's also pinless. And yeah, that's pretty cool together. And for those of you that don't know, he was actually originally he was an Iron Man villain, same with Black Widow, and they were together for a while. So I just love his history. You know, I'm sure he's not the best Avenger, obviously. No, I don't think he's anyone's favorite Avenger. He used to be mine, but you know, he's a staple now. He's not an original. Him, Cap, and Black Widow are not original Avengers. I mean, Ant-Man kind of isn't either. It was Wasp, Thor, Iron Man, and Hulk. Hulk left very fast, so he wasn't an Avenger for a long time. But yeah, so we needed this representation for Hawkeye, and I'm glad we got it. I like it when Marvel Legends does stuff like this. They do good stuff. We have the Marvel Legends X-Men VHS Wolverine with the Hot Claws head on him because I like the shorter ears better. And then we have the Mezco Wolvie from the Steel box set. And these guys look great together. And then next, because they both kind of have weird masks, we'll just throw Batman in there. And yeah, that's all I'm really going to do. I don't really have much left to do. So next I'm going to be doing the G.I. Joe, Mezco, Snake Eyes, and Timber 2-pack. So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.